Okay, good morning. Here we are coming to meet together in this bright morning sunshine for our modern Hatha. We will be living in our seat again this week, and with that, we're living in hips and shoulders primarily. Okay. So let's settle in. Definitely have a set of blocks if possible, and a blanket as well. Okay. We're going to take our opening centering breath, seated breath that we do, and we're going to actually recline for that. So let's use a prop, and I'd like to do two different things with the blanket today. So when we think about our seat and that structure of the seat, definitely where we land is quite important. And then we think of the postural implications of keeping those shoulders stacked over hips and that nice long spine, easy to breathe, easy to move about. So in order to do that, most of us need to come out of this spot of the upper body, right? Which means to lift, lengthen, right, vertically, and also across the collarbones to widen horizontally. So we're going to do those two things with a blanket. Okay. Let's go ahead and start with a rolled up little blanket. And I don't need to go tremendously big in my roll. Okay, so it's got a little roll. And this is just going to lift under what is our natural, more convex curve or thoracic lumbar curve, which rounds in. And we're going to see if we can take that space and begin to draw it in the opposite direction. Okay, so I'm not sitting it down here in the small of my back where that natural curve already exists, that more concave. We're going to come down here, and then I'm going to sit with it really right underneath my armpits, enough so I can have my shoulders, neck, and head really hit comfortably on the other side. And then the arms are going to open up. So it's pretty subtle. Doesn't need to feel like you're in a back bend, but definitely like you're getting a little bit of just puff up of the chest. Soften the front ribs. Let your legs be comfortable. I like mine long. If you prefer yours bent or knees together or anything else, go for it. But don't let the shape of the legs interfere with what's happening in the upper body and the use of the blanket. You can close the eyes or find a soft gaze onto your ceiling. But whatever it is, choose for the eyes to feel soft and heavy, the inner and outer quarters and the lids. And here's where we breathe. We breathe with awareness. We breathe with the watching. Right? So we're watching and noticing where the breath goes as you breathe in. Pretty easy to take it into the front of the body here in terms of how we're reclined. And exhale, how it falls out. We're going to do a 4-count box breath together here. So it's an inhale for 4 counts, it's a hold for 4 counts, an exhale for 4 counts, and a hold for 4 counts. Let's come together by exhaling, empty the lungs. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. I'm going to keep the body soft. Hold. Notice if you've held tension or just breath. Exhale, empty, softening through the body. lungs empty. Hold. How does this feel? And then breathe in again. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. See if you can be comfortable at this point. And then empty. 2, 3, 4. And rest in the empty. Nice. Inhaling. Hold. And exhaling. Hold. And then let your breath return to its rhythm. Nice and easy. Inhales and exhales. From here, roll the left ear to the ground. Soften the head, and then actively soften the right shoulder down. Let the right arm feel really heavy and grounded from the shoulder all the way out through the hand. Let the weight feel heavy of the head. Right? So instead of thinking of pulling into the stretch, think of just gravity sinking those two ends of the twist down, which would be the head and the shoulder. Now, taking the head to center, reassess, and then let's take the right ear down. And again, the head feels its weight, and the left shoulder feels it, all the way through the arm and the hand. Tuning into the ease of the twist. Two more breaths. And return the head to center. Nice breath in, nice breath out. Bend the knees and roll to your favorite side. Coming on up. Awesome. Let's go ahead and meet onto hands and knees. And we're going to do just a couple of cat-cows here, as the next hold that we'll have will be a little more extension in the spine. So let's prepare it by inhale, opening into a cow, lift the chin, open the throat, drop the belly, tilt the tail. Exhale, press and round. Inhale, breathe it in. Exhale, press and round. Inhale, breathe it in. Be in the cow, shift it around. Maybe a little turn of the neck, feeling the extension you just felt when you were in the twist. Exhale, round. Press through cat, shifting a little bit forward and back. Or again, shaking the head, nodding the head, and getting into those side neck tissues. And nice press round and release. All right, let's go ahead and grab our blanket once again. And this time we're gonna do a roll all the way up. So I'm gonna take that same kind of half fold and I'm gonna roll it all the way up. And we're gonna bring it vertically to open the horizontalness of the chest. So I'm going to take my seat. I can use, depending on my height and my comfort level, you may like a brick nearby. If I'm going to use a brick, then I'd rather sit on the brick and then let my body come over the blanket and the head be included here. But it really depends on your height. Some people really love dropping the hips down, and if that's you, go for it. That's fine too. Just make sure that that blanket's fitting nice and comforting into the lower back so there's no stressor there. Take a moment first and give yourself a hug. Give yourself a hug, coming around and finding those shoulder blades or even a little further inside, right? And breathe into that space. Breathe into the space between the shoulder blades, under the shoulder blades, feel it broaden. And then inhale, take another breath into that space, feeling it broaden. Keep it broad and take the arms out over it so they're staying really wide as they go out. And then maybe this time you want to go for a cactus arm, or you're happy to keep them out to that T shape. Try not to overcompress the throat. Feel the collarbones really broadening out. And here we're going to do a 3-part breath. And with it, we're going to let the breath climb in 3 stages, filling the third, 1/3 each container. So we'll think of the lower belly as 1, the middle belly up through the ribs as 2, and then up into the chest as 3. Exhale, everything's going to empty out. Okay, so there's our breath. So let's again start together on an empty exhale. And inhale, first third, hold. Second third, climb it up to the belly, hold. And then all the way up into the chest. And there's just these little pauses. Don't let the hold stress you out. Exhale, empty. Empty the lower belly, empty the center belly, empty the chest fall. Okay. Again, inhale, lower belly fills. Little pause. Climb it intentionally up into the center belly, the rib cage. Little pause. And then continue all the way up into the chest. Pause at the top. And then empty the full container. Inhale again, hold, fill more, second, third of capacity, and then up to the top. And then exhale it all. We're just going to do 2 more of these. And again, inhale a third. Keep climbing it up, all the way up into the chest. And empty it all out. Last one, inhale that first third. Inhale into that second third. Inhale all the way up to the top. And empty it all out. Three rounds of breath just for you. Explore your capacity. Whatever you take in, give back. And try to match that output with what you take in. And then inhale, reach the arms, left over right, and give yourself a hug again. Reach around through the tissues. You rock it side to side. And then again, widen and take it over. We're all coming to cactus here. Nice. And then take just the left hand down. And we're going to alternate. The right palm goes down, the left back of the hand comes down. Inhale, switch it. The back of the right hand comes down, the left palm comes down. Switch it. Just notice. 2 more. So there's 1. Flip and flip. Last of it. Awesome. 2 hands over. Reach them overhead. And then exhale, chin to the chest, lift it up. Awesome. Remove your blanket. Come on down to your back. And settle in, shoulders, neck, and head. All right, let's get into some movement of the hips now, shall we? We're gonna bend the knees, feet wide, knees bent. Arms comfortable if you wanna maintain with me that bent cactus arm stay or Y or T. And we're gonna start just moving through the hips here. So windshield wipers, right and left. Inhaling, and exhaling, and inhaling, and exhaling. Hold both knees over to the left. And let's take the left foot and rest it on the outside of the right leg. Soften, bringing that right hip towards the ground. Maybe moving the right foot out towards the right. Working with the right weight of the left foot, so it doesn't need to be too intense. And trying to stay, again, with that right hip coming down towards the earth. 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Now release the left foot as it was first onto the ground. So again, the knees are just still knocked over to the left, no change. But open up the arms to a T, and we're gonna work through some twists here. So inhale, right arm up and over, all the way over, and then keep reaching through, right? Maybe that right knee has hit the ground now, opening up. And then exhale, coming back across, try to keep that right knee down and open up through the chest. Gaze maybe follows over to the right. Again, inhale up. And then reach further with the right arm. Exhale. See if that right knee comfortably stays down a little lower. So we're going over to see if we get some more space. And then can we maintain that space as we open way back up to the twist? Gaze comes with. Awesome. This time, let's take the right arm overhead. Overhead, reach up around, big circle down to the knee. And then inhale again, big circle up. Trying to keep all that length on the right side. Opening up, nice T-spine rotation. Beautiful. And one more like that. Reaching up, 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 up. Palm faces the ground as we come around. Reach, sweep that circle all the way down to the knee. And then right arm reaches way up and overhead. Trying to keep that right knee down, rotating back up. Nice. Bring your head to center, hold the belly in, and lift the knees back up. Awesome. Take the knees to the right, and then take them to the left. Take the knees to the right, and take the knees to the left. Awesome. Take the knees to the right, and then let's take the right foot resting on the outside of the left knee. And again, you can move that left foot on the ground. Maybe the foot comes more out to the left, getting nice and long through that left side body, but still trying to anchor the left hip down to the ground. Just the right resistance and weight of that right foot loading out for the left. So it's getting a comfortable lengthening, a grounding sensation, encouraging length, but it's not forcing anything. Keep breathing into that space. Stay in with. Awesome. All right, left arm, here we go. Reaching left arm up, and then we're rolling over to the right, and then knee beyond, reach hand beyond. See if that knee collapses in. Inhale, can it stay more inward? And then open up. Maybe it repositioned, all good. In, trying to draw the hip down. Inhale up, and then coming overhead. Rotate. Big stretch. Open up the space between the shoulder blades, and then come back. Trying to keep that knee down and across. Awesome. Let's go overhead now. Reach long overhead, really lengthening left side body, and then coming all the way around, left hand, sorry, sweeps all the way down to the right knee, and then up and around all the way back. Big reach overhead, rotating T-spine back. Let's do that again. Inhale, up, overhead, big reach around, all the way sweeping down to the knee. And then inhale again, big circle up, 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 over and around, and turning the head too. Awesome. Release and lift back up. 2 feet onto the ground, arms by your side. Take a moment, lifting and bridge. Back of the neck is long and easy. Let's see about bringing the arms underneath the body here. Pressing. Maybe that's an elbow. Maybe that's a full arm. Doing some shoulder work here too, amongst everything for the seat. So squeezing those shoulder blades towards each other, moving the upper spine into the chest. And then exhale, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. And release. Awesome. Bring both legs in, give them a hug. And let's rock that body side to side. Rocking body side to side. And then center out. Okay. Hands on the knees. We're going for knee circles here. Go nice and big. Inhale them out. Exhale them in. Let the feet be relaxed. Inhale them out. Exhale them in. Inhale them out. Exhale them in. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Other direction. Out and around. Out and around. Maybe no hands. Out and around. 3. Out and around. 2. Out and around. Last one. Awesome. And then pull the knees in again. This time, bring the soles of the feet together. Inhale, chin to the chest. See about coming up. And if you don't like hanging out there, grab your blanket, put it underneath the back of the head, grab the feet, and bring the head back down. So we're coming to butterfly here on the back, and we're trying to do that with a nice grab. So pulling in, and I can always support my head or take the head down, up to you. Pull the heels in, the feet in, and the knees now push wide. 3, stay with it. And 2, draw the shoulders towards the mat. Knees keep pushing away. Awesome. Okay. Now from here, let the hands slide up inside the thighs. Okay. And then extend the feet wide. Flex them. Right? Push, push, push wide. Bend the knees. Maybe they go a little wider. And then again, extend toes and then flex. And let's do that one more time, bending. Maybe they widen out here a little wider. And then again, out. Awesome. Now, just reach the feet out and be here, okay? Be here. So I'm really pressing my feet wide as if I was weighting down the hands, but I'm doing that just with my own muscle action. Now, keep the feet pushing as wide as possible. And from here, we're gonna roll to the left foot down, but I'm keeping that right, really pressing. So now the right wins. Think of this as a tug of war. The left is really sad it's losing, but it is, and now the left wins. And now the right wins. Okay, now the left wins. And the right is so tired, it goes, I give up. And it comes all the way over and tries to reach beyond, right? So the feet stack like they're up against a wall. Okay. Now the left is holding its ground and the right's like, I'm back in the game. And the right's going as far as it can, and then the right wins, press, and then the left gives up and reaches beyond, reaches beyond. Maybe the left shoulder lifts, but I'm trying to keep it down, okay? And then again, press the right foot into the ground. The left goes as wide as it can away, and then the right can't fight anymore. And at the last minute, it gives up, right? So the whole time, they're really in this movement, trying to fight each other wide, 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 staying wide, staying wide, staying wide. And then that left just can't do it anymore. Awesome. And then coming back up, wide, 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 wide. And then release, feet down, knees in. Chin to the chest, coming up onto the forearms here, right? And then that fold in the belly, that slump, that sink. Let's see if we can come out of that, lift the chest, right? Elbows in towards each other. And then instead of going really puffy, let's see if we can neutralize, right? So where can we come to a neutral spot? And the neck is long. Nice. From here, we're just gonna lift the left leg out of the way and draw the right leg in and down. And then come up. And then from here, we're just gonna take the right leg out of the way and do the left in and down. And come up. And so as we do these here, I'm really trying to draw my legs in the center line with the hip. So as I go across, I shouldn't say center, so it's hip line. So you may want to take your foot a little wider so that when you push it down, I'm also trying to keep my right hip down. I'm not letting the hip lift, and I'm trying to line up my knee and my hip without letting the hip lift, okay? Because I can go way further if I dug in over here, but I'm staying with it. All right, here we go again. Here's the left. I'm trying to keep the left hip down as I work this internal rotation, trying not to lift the left hip and back. Right hip stays down, right? So maybe the foot goes out further to the right to support. Awesome. Left, staying down. Beautiful. Now, right stays down as long as it can, and then it just goes. Awesome. Left. Left stays down as long as it can, and it's coming from the foot. I've got that big toe side come down, that hip coming down, and then it just gives up and the hip lifts, okay? So here we go again, right. Drawing that right down, press, 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 hip stays down, and then it just can't do it anymore. And it lifts, okay? Left, inner, 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 and then it just lifts. Awesome. Come on up, hands. Okay, so hands now, we're gonna have a little more freedom to kind of go in both directions. And again, I'm gonna try not to lift my hips here as we start these, so my hips are not lifting, and I'm using my hands to support, either fingers back or fingers forward, you choose. I'll go fingers forward, it feels kind of nice on my wrist stretch right now, I gotta say, forearm stretch. We'll see how long that lasts. Okay, but if forward gives you here, don't do it, right, turn them back. All right. So I'm going to take my right now and out as far as I can. So I'm really trying to push that outer knee to the ground. And then I'm coming in and I'm drawing it in, and I'm not letting my hip lift and come back. Okay. And then left. These are always so humbling for me. Are you with me on the humble? And then the left comes in and I'm not lifting my hip. Awesome. Let's do the right again. Press, 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 press. And then in. Left. Press, 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 press. And in. Awesome. Let's do both. Wide, 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 wide. And then in. One more. Wide, 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 wide. Press. And in. And release. Extend out to a straddle and have a seat. Let's go ahead and have a seat on the little lift of the blanket so we can get into that nice little lumbar support. So that little spill off the front of the blanket doesn't need to be huge, but I love the subtlety of it and really accessing the movement of the pelvis forward, right? So here we are trying to let the hips spill forward and come back up. Inhale, coming forward and come back up, right? Inhale, coming forward, hold here. Now use something to root, pull the chest through and try to push the feet wide. So I'm trying to keep those toes up, knees up, press wide. Maybe the hands come out to support that and push away. Maybe your hands are on your shins. 3 breaths. Widening out. 2 breaths. Widening out. 1 more breath. Widening out. And then come on down or up. All right. Let's go ahead and bring now the right leg in, heel in towards the hip, and give it a hug. Squeezing in, knee towards the chest, maybe lifting up onto the toes, trying to drop the hip. So right hip is drawing down. This is coming up. And then we're going to take the leg out, knee out, foot in, sorry. Keep the left leg out, right knee is bent, right foot inside left thigh, and we're in this straddle, right? Half straddle, half saddle, I should say. Okay, left hand press is down on the hip line, right? So back in that nice tall posture, right arm up, exhale, side bend. Inhale 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 up, exhale, side bend. Hold here. Now lift the chest a little bit higher and then rotate towards the sky. Keep reaching with the right arm. Keep reaching. Maybe the left hand travels away. And rotating, right? Drawing that right shoulder back. Maybe the arm even drops back by the ear. And then come on up. Beautiful. Now lift up and rotate the whole body towards the left foot. And then if you've got there, maybe continuing through a little further. Thinking about now the chest against a wall. And float the arms out wide. Reaching through, right thumb to the sky, left thumb to the floor. And inhale, come back. Beautiful exhale. Working some stretch and some strength coming up through the outer hips and the QL on that one, and definitely what you are challenging the upper body to do. Okay, let's switch this out. Let's go ahead and bring the left leg in, heel towards the bum, knee bent, and take that right leg out to that half straddle. And we're gonna start just hugging in the left knee. And then I'm going to try to get my left sit on down, hip down. So I'm going to maybe come up onto the heel and rock into that hip a little bit more. You may be just fine to do it with the foot down. You might prefer lifting up onto the toes. Just suss it out and see what works for you. We're finding space in where the thigh bone meets the hip. So the hips can stay down in their upright, nice seated position. And we get all this movement, right, able to move that thigh and hip. Deep compression here. And then we're going to drop that knee out, coming into our saddle, half saddle. Okay. From here, again, stack it up against the wall. Nice, good posture, broad collarbones, hands at your sides. Inhale, left arm up, side bend right. Inhale, right arm up, side bend left. Inhale, exhale, side bend. Breathing in and side. Nice. Coming over to this right side. Here's where we're going to stay. Okay. I'm going to lift a little bit out, lengthening the right side of the torso, and then rotate a bit towards the sky. Right. Keep pulling that left shoulder back. Maybe the arm comes by the ear. Maybe that right arm creeps out on you. Right. 2 more breaths. And then inhale up. Exhale, rotating towards the right foot. Right? Rotating towards the right foot. Nice, tall. And again, potentially continuing more rotation. Shoulder blades in this case are working down the back and a bit towards each other. Right? And then if you've got all that support and you can stay in there with your postural muscles turned on, we're going to open up the arms. Right thumb down, left thumb up. Switch. And come all the way back around. Awesome. Okay. Both legs in. And we're going to start with the heels aligning here. So line up the heels, working the knees towards the ground. Inhale, puff up the chest. And then exhale, little tuck to a cat. Little tail tuck under slightly. Inhale, little arch increases, moving forward, lift the chin. Exhale, round in, little seated cat-cow. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round in. One more. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round in. Inhale, neutral. Pick up the legs, switch. Other foot in front, heels align. Inhale, reaching up, pressing the legs down into the mat, lifting tall. Staying with, exhale, releasing the arms. And letting the effort go. Okay. We're going to take the legs out here this time, one more time into that 90-90 shape. Okay, so we're going to go with a 90-90 leg shape. And I'm starting with my left leg in front and my right leg out to the side. Inhale, nice and tall, twisting towards that right side. And then inhale, coming around, twisting to the left. Inhale, center out, take the arms overhead. Exhale, arms T. Pressing down, rooting into the earth with the front leg and the back leg. And then inhale, arms up, knees up, legs up, rotate to the other side. Right, settling in here. Pressing the legs, adjust as you need. Rising up. Exhale, arms out. Pressing the legs down. Inhale, rotating around. Exhale, arms out again. 3, 2, and lifting them up, overhead, and then back to the left. Right leg lifts up, right leg crosses over the left here. Okay, so now we've got this nice little seat. The left knee is moving towards the center, the heel is coming over by the bum, and the right toes are pointing forward. And we're just going to start trying to ground equally through the inside of the foot. So often we hug this. Can you just hold it? So I'm turning on my adductors. Right? And then inhale, lift the arms. Staying with. Too much with the arms, by all means, set them down, right? But see if you can get those legs working here on their own. 3, 2. Awesome. And now we're standing up. Up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. One more. Inhale, come up. Stay here. Arms up. And exhale, come down. All right. Take the right leg back. 90-90. Shift it over to the other side. And then we'll do the same thing. The left comes around, and I'm just going to turn to my face a bit. Okay. The left comes around and settles in. Right. Take a moment to adjust the seat as you need. Working that right knee maybe a little more center. Heel coming around. You can even lean the heel into the hip a little bit if you need. Or grab your blanket. Trying to get the inside of the right foot down, or the left foot down, and the baby toe side of the right. So everything's working. Right? Hugging that knee towards the midline without holding it. Pressing, squeezing. Legs are here even, trying to come towards each other. And then with it, maybe the arms come up. Two more breaths. And now we stand. You ready? Inhale up. Exhale down. Different on this side, it is for me. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again. Inhale up. Whoa. Stay. Up. Feet to fingers. Long body. And exhale, come down. Awesome. Left leg, up and back. Right leg, up and back. Lie down on your backs. The legs lengthen out. Let the legs shake out. Take the arms by your sides, bend the knees, and lift the hips. Bridge pose again. Right knee into chest, right foot to the sky. Lower the right leg, equal it with the left, and try to keep the hips hugged in and balanced. Set the right foot down, realign in the bridge, and then bring the left knee into the chest. Take the left leg to the sky. Use the arms as much as you need. Hugging outer hips in, drop the left leg so the thighs and knees align. 2 more breaths. Two feet down. Realign the bridge, take the arms overhead as you do. Exhale, hollow, and lower the spine. Take the feet wide, knock the knees in together. Take the arms, bend them out to the cactus. We're gonna go ahead and bring now the right foot over to join the left and send the hips to the left. Wrap the right leg up and over the left and twist. You can use that right hand to hold the legs down if you wish. Maybe readjusting, drawing that right shoulder under a little bit more. And then undo. And let's take those feet, hips, walk them over to the right side, cross the right leg up and over the left, and twist both legs over to the left. And undo here. Right arm goes overhead. Roll the whole body over to the right this time and sit on back into child's pose. Child's pose, perhaps with the forehead on the hands. Softening into the hips. Inhale, lift the chest, open the heart. Walk over to the left upper body. Lengthen out. Think more of a long line than a hook bend. Inhale, center yourself out, and then walk it over to the right side. Breathing in and out here, staying with. And come back to the center. Inhale, cow pose, coming up onto hands and knees. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, tuck toes, lift knees, down dog. Nice long lengthening through the backs of the legs. I'm gonna go ahead And just bend the left knee. Right leg is strong, right hips are lifted. And then I'm going to turn my left heel in so the knee and toe point out. And then we're going to switch which leg is straight. Left leg straight. Right knee bent. Tracking this long line from the side of the back down through the outer hip, outer leg, all the way to the earth. Did a lot of work on those outer hips. We're looking to give them a little love now. Might even feel good to drop the hips generously towards the right. And then lift them straight up and back. Inhale, lift the left heel, shift forward, child's pose. Okay, we're gonna come up and do the other side. Done a lot of small compressed work. We're going now really global with the body. We're gonna start with the left leg bent and the right leg really straight. And then bend the right leg, left leg straight. Turn the right heel in towards you, right? So the right heel is working towards the left heel. And then we're gonna switch here, which leg is straight? The right leg is. It's turned in, the left leg is back, and we're getting that long outer of the right hip now. And that spreads up through the right side small of the back, maybe down through the outer IT and down through the leg. Right? So rooting baby toe side of the foot, lifting the hips. And again, maybe feels good. You want to begin to drop those hips, like this really generous stretch on the right side. And then send them straight up and back. Staying with it for a couple more breaths. Inhale, coming out of all that. Shift it forward, hands and knees, and then sit back, child's pose. Inhale, lifting up, seated on the heels. And then try to get the heels so that they align, right? So I'm going to try to bring my heels together. And that takes some work. Usually the heels like to go out and the big toes touch. We're drawing the heels together and sitting them under the sits bones. Draw the shoulders back, lift the chest. Breathing in and out. And turning the palms up, bend the elbows at your sides. Inhale, lift up onto the knees. Arms sweep globally up, interlace, turn the palms tall, squeeze the elbows together, and now tuck the toes. So tuck in the toes. And again, try to keep the heels more towards each other rather than out, okay? And that's an effect to make them neutral. And then we're gonna sit. Bring the hands in front, press, and then draw the shoulders down. Hands are actually trying to pull apart from each other. And then release them back to the lap. Too intense, let the weight shift forward. Ready for more, really draw down into them and actually push the feet down into the mat. How does that feel? Right here, even create space where the thighs meet the hips. So I'm pressing down, lifting the pelvis up. I'm trying to do that without puffing up my chest. One last position here, and it's our squat. Taking my blanket, because I know my heels really love that. So I'm going to come down now, and all this weight I'm putting on my toes, I'm really going to draw into my heels. Okay. So up. And I can use the blanket however much I need to bend and fold it and shape it so it rests under the heels, and it gives me a pretty tall spine. So under the heels with a big rounded in is not what I'm going for. I'm going for under the heels that I can sit down into it, maybe even pull my knees towards me, as again, I'm trying to get space where my hips and my thighs meet. My arms are keeping my knees from bowing out, which they're going to want to do. So with that, I'm getting extra love for my outer as I squeeze my knees towards each other. And I'm letting my sit bones go wide. Again, lifting up through the chest, long belly, navel to heart. That's the space that grows. Let's take 3 more breaths. And then standing up. Inhale. Oh. Exhale, hands to heart. Stepping off onto solid ground. Inhale, sweep the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Walk it out. Little down dog shape here. Shift it forward. Knees down. Sit back, child's pose. Hands come under shoulders. Press yourself up. And our final seat is our meditation, seated meditation. So if you would like to sit just as you are, you're good to go. I'm going to come into Virasana using my blanket. Blocks are great too. And we did a lot of work on the outer hips. And I would like to take advantage of one last opportunity to lengthen them. So that's why I'm choosing this seat. So sitting down really comfortably. I'm not at my maximum. Heels are on the outside. Toes are pointing straight back, not turned out, just flat foot. Right? Elevating the hips as high as you need to be here. Getting quiet. Sitting with what is. And I'll wake you when it's time. Soften all those outer layers. And drop into you. Let go of any fight. Where you feel resistance in the seat and the body, just invite that area to soften. Invite that area to breathe circulation into that space, to breathe openness into that space, ease into that space. Just move into those areas of tension rather than away from them. You do that with a kind heart. You do that with a gentle nudge. Bringing hands to heart. Head bows in service. Thumbs to third eye. And back into the heart. And I thank you each for your practice. May you reap its rewards. Tashmana Shri Gurudev Namaha. Namaste.